You know. All right, guys. So let's talk about this. Grand Rapids. I got relatives that live there. A black guy gets pulled over because the plate doesn't match the car. Did you see this?
I did not see this.
Yeah.
You watched the video?
I didn't see this.
I've seen it also.
You won't be surprised. Yeah. So he gets pulled over. Plates don't match the car. The guy gets out of the car. The cop dash cam is recording it after a couple minutes, and the police body cam is. He's asking him for his license. He's hem-hawing around. He gets out of the car right away when the cop pulls him over. He's telling him to get back in his car, get back in his car. Guy doesn't listen, doesn't do anything the cop says. Asks him where his license is. So it's in the car, it's in the car. And so he reaches, cop tells him to get it. He reaches in, acts like he's getting it. Apparently he doesn't have one. So next thing you know, he starts fighting the cop physically, punching him or whatever, and then runs. There's some kind of an altercation. The guy runs, cop chases him down, tackles him in the grass, and the cop is trying to restrain this guy. This criminal guy is trying to grab his taser. The cop is trying to tase him, obviously, doesn't want to shoot him. But the guy keeps trying to grab his taser and gets a hold of his taser, and the cop had to shoot him. And this tussle went on for, I think, almost like 2 minutes or something. So, because if the guy gets a hold of his taser, you guys know what happens. What happens?
He's going to get his taser and he's going to get his gun.
So he shot the guy. And BLM's all up in arms. And Fox 35 Orlando had their headline was, "Black man, father of two, gets pulled over by the cops and shot." Yeah. That's how they framed it. It's insane.
But once again,
not that a person fights the police.
No. Yeah.
And has to get shot.
Right. Well, a few weeks ago, there was the cop in Winter Park showed up to a wedding where this guest was drunk and beating up people, and then he attacked the cops. The cops shot him, and then all the headlines are, the bride's uncle was shot and killed, and the guy was attacking police officers.
He knocked out one cop.
He knocked one cop out cold. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, well, getting back to the first part of that was, right away watching the video, there's noncompliance. Right away, and it was a pet peeve of mine when I pulled somebody over and they got out. You don't know why they're approaching you. Some people don't know any better. Give them the benefit of the doubt there. But when the officer's giving you a lawful command, get back in your vehicle, and he said it 3 or 4 times.
And he never did.
Never did. Okay, that's a sense of noncompliance right there.
It's a red flag, too.
Okay, it should be. Yeah, it should be. Absolutely. Yep. Then he walks up to him. I need to see a license, registration, and all that stuff. Do you have a license?
And all he could say was, "What did I do? What did I do wrong? What did I do?"
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And it's a perfectly good stop for a license plate that doesn't belong in the vehicle. Is a good stop. It's actually a misdemeanor crime in Florida if you put the wrong license plate on a vehicle. So they start. He starts automatically. He's on the defensive again. It's all non-compliance. The cop, I need to see driver's license. Then he goes to run. The cop obviously goes after him, and the struggle ensues. He tases him twice. And you can clearly see the bad guy's hand on the taser trying to pull it away from the cop. And I as being on the job for 33 years, if somebody got my taser and pointed at me, I would have shot them also.
Absolutely.
I've been tased in my career 5 times, voluntarily tased.
Right.
And the reason why I wanted to voluntarily be tased was so I know the effect of what the taser can do.
What is the effect?
It knocks you right in your butt.
It immobilizes you.
Yes, yeah. And I always say picture your worst cramp 100 times worse.
Every muscle tightens up.
It's just you just tighten up. You can't catch your breath.
So what happens if the criminal gets your taser and shoots you with it? Then what?
Well, obviously
you're immobilized.
You're immobilized. Okay. The more you pull the trigger, the longer it's going to go. Or if you keep your trigger steady. So now think about this: the officer's on the ground. Okay. Now what's the next weapon? Is the gun.
Go get the gun. If you're immobilized, you can easily get a hold of your gun.
Sure. Or your expendable baton, one of the two.
Beat your head in.
One pull of the trigger does a 5-second burst. So even if you did it one time and dropped the taser, I have 5 seconds. 5 seconds is a long time. It's enough for me to go grab your gun.
Or if you leave your finger on the trigger, then you just
Then you have more. You have 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds,
Wow.
5 seconds. Continuously will go.
right.
So even if he did it one time, I still could do something to the police. I could just stand over and kick him in the face,
Yeah.
Right.
knock him cold, out cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you hit him with a boot, you could kill him.
Right. Or like I said,
Kill him,
you take the baton, hit him off the head with the
Yep.
baton. A lot of cops carried knives clipped on their pocket. Stab the
Right.
cop or whatever. And because I've watched the video twice, and I think to myself, okay, first of all, this is not a race issue at all. This is a person that did not want to comply to what the cops lawful
Resisted
orders.
arrest.
He resisted arrest. It doesn't matter
Tried
if
to
you're
guard
white,
the
black,
cop's
yellow,
weapon.
or green. This person resisted arrest, but automatically is turned around, to make the cop look bad.
Yeah.
Well, here's an idea. Let's look at the whole story. And I think I've said this on the show. I've worked in my career, worked with thousands and thousands of cops. Okay, including back home and down here. I've never met a cop, including myself, that has woke up and said, today's the day I'm going to kill somebody. Never, ever, ever. But that's how the media portrays it.
Well, they portray it as there's a white racist cop out there that hates black people and he can't wait to shoot one of them.
Which is
Not true.
Which is a total lie.
it's a total lie.
It's-
Yeah, yeah. And then some news organizations, they cut up the video to make it look for their audience. But here's an idea:
See-
show the whole video, and let's go frame by frame and see what's going on.
Yeah.
You see, I look at this thing, and I actually think it is a race issue. And I think it's a race issue on the left. I think they are the biggest race baiters going. And what they want to do is they want to divide and conquer. They want people over. They can control these people. We can control these. We can control these. You're bad. You're bad. You're bad. You hate him. You hate him.
And they're creating
we're
hate
gonna
where
be-
hate didn't exist before.
We're going to be in control of everybody when they do that. And that's exactly right about the hate, because that's what I see from this administration and from the left. They are 10, 20 times worse than, say, 15 years ago. And this whole thing is created by one thing. It's this non-compliance, like you guys are talking about. How many times when you stop somebody, and this would have been a citation, I don't know, down Florida, I know.
Well, if it was a stolen vehicle, he might have went to jail.
he might have gone to jail, but why?
I didn't find out if it was stolen or not, but it probably was.
Where I worked, if it was the plate was in the wrong vehicle, it would be a tow, and if there was nothing else going on, to get the citation, and off they'd go. That would be the end of
Well,
it.
because some people might have two vehicles and they just switch the plates around.
And it could be purely accidental. You know what I mean? I put the wrong plate in the wrong vehicle.
My stepdad does that.
Yeah,
It has
My
happened.
stepdad has
Sure.
multiple trailers at his house,
Sure.
but he's only got one tag. So what he'll do is he'll take the tag and put it on the other trailer. He does it all the time.
That's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
So he would get
Tag
pulled
the tag
over.
on the side.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to tell if
322,
you're a
61, I
cop,
remember.
and if you do run the tag on the trailer to know if that's the right trailer or not.
What do they put up? What do they put a VIN
But a
on
car-
those? On a homemade trailer? They put VINs on them down here? I know back home they
I'm,
used to.
I'm just
used
saying it
to-
must be harder to tell. If it's a car, obviously
Sure.
it'll be easier
So
to
you
tell.
get behind a car and you run the license plate.
Yeah.
And you're behind
That's
a
why he's never
Volkswagen
been
and comes
pulled
back
over.
to a Ford truck.
Right.
Well, obviously.
That's probably why he's never been pulled over. He
Right.
needs to quit doing that.
right.
Well,
But-
if you got four of the same trailer, you're going to go from one to the next one.
Right.
Who's going to even know?
Yeah.
Right.